Tomas Fernandez. Welcome to my channel. This is the story of Crux Gloria, which means glorious cross. Back in 1988, I had an encounter with Jesus, and this is how it went. I had just finished a 10-year prodigal son journey, and the Lord rescued me from my wayward position in Germany. I came back to the United States and was living in western Loudoun County in Virginia in a farmhouse, and I was in the middle of the night asleep when the Lord decided to pay me a visit. So the way I was positioned in the bed, I was facing an eastern window, and I was aware of the presence that came into the room, and I knew it was Jesus. His love for all of us, but specifically me at this occasion, was so overwhelming. It was like nothing I'd ever encountered. And it paralyzed me. I couldn't move. But I didn't want to move either. I was just kind of being held. He directed my vision out of that window that I was facing into a pasture where normally there were no electric lights. But this evening, the whole pasture was lit with a soft glow emanating from a cross that seemed to be suspended in midair. As I looked at the cross, I noticed that his figure in the center of the cross was glowing even brighter than the cross. And he gently lifted me out of the bed and transported me into the image of the figure. I could hear the sound of this intense heat. It sounded like the blistering that you would imagine associated with the sun's surface. That somehow supernaturally I was able to endure and look into it and actually be transported into the center of it. It was here that I experienced what the forgiveness of our sins is all about. It's the complete shedding, dissolving the memory of sin. The weight of sin was taken from me. And if I thought everything else was euphoric, this just was the icing on the cake. I don't know how long I was there, but I went from there back into the bedroom, and I got merged back into my body. And that's when the Lord spoke to me and said, I want you to get up and draw what you've seen, because you're going to be building this cross for me. I knew that waking or moving and getting up would break the contact. And I resisted, and I said, Lord, I won't forget. I don't really want to get up. Matter of fact, if he had taken me to heaven then, that would have been just fine. So he was a little more insistent the second time, and he added this phrase which has stuck with me all this time. He said, my cross is a cross of light. You're going to build it for me. Now get up and draw it down. This time I didn't resist, so I got my sketchbook, and the contact with his presence was broken. But I sketched the cross out, and I wasn't about to go back to sleep, so I went out to my barn studio where I took some tubular metal, cut it up, welded it together, and put a chalk drawing on the front face, similar to what you see here, where I chalked it out and then cut it out with an acetylene torch. I have a picture that I'll be showing you of the sun coming up through the figure. That same morning, because I probably went out there around 4 in the morning, and it was plenty dark and way before dawn. So the next picture that you're going to see is 2 years later. When I went to an industrial welding shop and manufactured the version known as Crux Gloria, which means glorious cross. It's 33 feet high, weighs 17,000 pounds. I have halogens tucked in it down below the feet, at the ends of the hands, and above the head, where you can't see the origin of the light, but the light fills the figure. So during the evening, you have a statement of victory over the cross, but during the day, you're reminded of the sacrifice of the cross. So thanks for joining in on the channel. Please subscribe. There's more stories that have come with the cross that I'll be sharing. And God bless you.